to Expansion Network, as you know, accelerating the consciousness of humanity every single day. And as you very well know, we are live streaming from Dallas, Texas. And we have a very special guest today. It's Ion Zeidelman. We're going to introduce him right now in a few seconds, just to remind you, as I was saying before, I'm known as the CEO confidant here in the world of business in the US, and I'm known in Latin America as the co-founder and president of the Wisdom for Kids Foundation. Ion Zeidelman, thank you very much for being with us at Expansion Network today.
Thank you for having me.
Did I pronounce your last name properly?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, so Ion, for those of you that don't know Ion, he is one of the people in the world that knows the most about longevity. And he has an incredible website. He will give us the details later on today, but his company is called Longevity Secrets. And that's why we wanted to have him here, because his story is fascinating, and the products that he has been manufacturing and working on, he has a PhD degree, etc. You see behind him that there's a lot of bottles. Definitely those bottles have a meaning. So Ion, what would you say, what made you end up doing what you do today? And why are you so fascinated about longevity?
I believe that longevity, it's more about not having a diseases, okay, and prevent it as much as possible, okay? So practically, I have a little bit different definition and understanding of longevity. I don't believe that longevity could be solved with one pill, okay, that could be discovered in the future. It's a process. It's a whole process of preventing the inflammation, preventing the disease as much as possible at early stage. So that's why you give your body that have a tremendous mechanism, to support your longevity. So you have to support your body, okay? And the only way to do this, it's a combination of a lot of different approaches, let's say, like, of course, everybody knows diet, exercise, and good quality supporting supplements. So what is my focus is, and my company is really in one word, it's a quality of supplements that you could deliver, because practically it's disappearing from commercial market. Mm-hmm. Okay. And what I learned in my experience with my personal experience and experience with my wife, she was diagnosed 7 years ago with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And she survived because we deliver a good quality of the herbal experience. So the key is to what my role is in longevity is to deliver a good quality of the supplements, herbal supplements that could help. Okay, that could be part of the whole journey, of longevity. And the quality, we could talk later. I will describe what do I mean by one word of quality, how it's translated to the different angle of the ingredients, quality of the ingredients, quality of the processing. So we'll talk about this later. But yes, I think that longevity, it's more related as a simple approach of preventing the disease. So this will be like a payback of doing a lot of effort from different angles, from diet, from
Ion, what would you say? Ion, what would you say? What made you? How did you start this research of yours on longevity? How did you start it, and why?
I was lucky. I was born in a family that my father was a clinical herbalist, okay, all his life. And I learned from childhood. I was involved in agriculture and growing the herb and the vegetables. And I have it's a long conversation. I have a lot of real life experiences how it helped me in my life, and that's why you have the sensation effect that you're not learning from the book, you're learning from the real experience. I always was pronounced dead when I was a child, and my father helped me. And then latest aha moment with my wife, the chances was next to zero. So you see, it's working. You see that if you deliver a good support, your body will recover. Okay, and this give me some kind of confidence that I could deliver something completely different, new and powerful. Okay, if I focus on quality of the product. I mean, raw, fresh, certified organic, and I will explain what does it mean. So yes, all my life experience produced some aha moment that motivate me to do something, something that could help people.
Okay. When would you say that? So you let's say you started in life and you were already surrounded by, obviously, but your family very sensitive about herbal remedies. Where are you originally from? Where are you right now, and where is your family originally from, Jan?
We come like 41 years ago. I come from Russia. Okay, and we settled in New York. Now I am in Miami. Okay, and practically all these years I experiment with herb, but not on a commercial level, for myself, for my friends and relatives. And after this last, let's say, aha moment with my wife, I was pushed to do something, and I was excited because I see the accumulated results that yes, this could help people. This is working. That's how I could bring difference to the market. Okay, with a quality product. Okay, and yeah, so it's go slowly and from hobby to, and also I like to scientific part of this process. I like to read. I like to search. All the studies around me, and now with the search engine you could enjoy reading, and so I this is my biggest part because everything what I do I try to not to guess but to have a scientific support.
Of course. So if you could define, what makes our body age? Why do we age, Jan?
Why do we age? I think that mostly because I will say it's very difficult to bring the quantity, but I think low quality of food, very low, okay, and a lot of toxicity.
Okay.
So we are what we eat, and of course, with all this toxin around us, the body that could, let's say, you could live, it's proven now over 100 years, the body doesn't have capacity to perform the function. So that's why you have to give the body chance, and support it, okay, with the microbiome health, with the detoxification, with all the kind of thing that could practically not cure the disease, but mostly support your body to balance all the diseases and all the inflammation, because silent inflammation is a precursor for all the disease. So if you could kill the silent inflammation, you could manage the silent inflammation, you could practically don't come to the disease level. Okay, so you could stop it right away. Okay, and this could be done. The problem is that we have to change our perception of longevity and our perception of health. Okay, this is more philosophical issue that you have to say the health is something that you have to work it out. Okay, starting from the moment that you burn. Okay, because now the children that burn already have a toxicity. You will be surprised. The few months baby have a huge toxicity. Okay, so we're all toxic, and You have to be more educated. It's not only about the knowledge, it's the ability to use the knowledge, okay? To be a doer, So, okay, I know all this, I read all this, let's do it. Let's change the habits. Let's not smoke. Let's not overdrink alcohol. Okay, eat right food. Okay, and use quality supplements, exercise. So it's not a secret. Even I call it secrets of longevity. The truth is, it's no secrets. The problem is just do it.
I love that. I really love that, the way you said it, and it's so true. Let me ask you a question. According to your experience, Ion, because your first answer was food, because obviously we eat many times a day, and we really are not very knowledgeable of what we eat and what is inside of what we eat, right? So let me ask you a question, because very often I hear that our life expectancy keeps going up, but I think that we are eating more and more toxins, and we are getting more and more inflamed every single day. That's why what you do is so relevant. What you do and Longevity Secrets do, it's so relevant today. Do you think really that life expectancy is going down? Don't you think that maybe our ancestors, they used to eat better than us and had lower levels of inflammation? What do you think? What's your opinion about this, Ion?
It's very difficult to because it's a multifactoring, situation. Okay, it's not. It's a combination of both sides. Let's say our medicine and moving ahead and extending our life expectancy, but at the same time, the statistic is not lying. You have more cancer patients, you have more success in treating the cancer. Let's say it's 50% of all the death, but you have more cancer patients. So how you understand the data? Life expectancy could moving up, but how many years of quality life you have? Okay, you could live, let's say, you could work up to 95 years old, okay? Or you could be sitting in a chair and live up to 95. So it's not only a question of number, it's a question of quality of life, okay? Of quality of the last, let's say, 10, 15, 20 years of life. If you could live this life very productive, this is more important. So practically, you could live 100 years, but the difference will be either under management of the medicine, or you could be very productive. You don't have Alzheimer, you don't have dementia, you could walk, you could think. That this last year, it's not reflected by statistic. And this is more of quality of the years, not of the amount of the years. And it's very difficult, to sort things out with the amount of statistic. But my different kind of statistic, because like Mark Twain say, the biggest lie is statistic, So totally. You have a regular lie, and
I couldn't agree more.
So how you interpret the statistic is very important. And I believe that it's important, very important, to have a quality of life. Let's say I will prefer to live less, but to live quality. If I could live, let's say 97, but let's say run the company in 95, I will be very, very happy. Okay.
Okay. When did you start Longevity Secrets, the company? When did you start it, Jon?
Legally, I started just a few years ago, but practically, I don't know when it started. It started.
I see.
Let's say approximately very active. I become in experimenting in research of raw, fresh, organic, compare them to dry, almost like 20 years. I'm 20 years, experimenting with compare the bioefficacy of raw, fresh, and compare organic and non-organic. And for the cancer or some other issue, people misunderstand what it means organic. The value of organic. It's not only that non-organic have a lot of toxic element. This is number two. For me, number one, that pesticides killing the enzyme, very microenzyme that sitting in the raw, fresh, organic, that disappear if you dry them and if they use pesticide. So organic means that you could present integrity of the real herb the best way. So you don't kill the immune system of the herb with the pesticide. So this way, I am a big believer of the raw fresh. And that's why I developed this patent technology of triple extraction, where you develop the whole matrix of the raw fresh. So you don't kill the herb. You extract everything, like cold press extraction, decoction, and tincture and everything. And you could reconstruct the full matrix of the raw fresh certified organic herb. And that's what I mean quality. So you give a quality product, you have a chance, not only like people sometimes misunderstand, they talk about the concentration. It's not about the concentration, it's about the bioefficacy. What do you concentrate? Okay, you could have a good quality product and it's not very concentrated, but it's working very well. You could have a very concentrated 10-1, but what did you concentrate in this herbal extract?
Exactly, and I'm gonna get to that exactly. I think that efficacy, or bioavailability is something that everybody overlooks. Unfortunately, I would say, by personal experience, everybody overlooks. But let me go to a moment. So you come from a family of people extremely sensitive about how useful, and how much, power the natural remedies have and the herbs have. And suddenly, a few years ago, you just told us a couple of times that unfortunately your wife was diagnosed with a very advanced stage of cancer. You already knew all those things. Yeah, you already knew all those things. And suddenly you see that like next to you, like inside your family, obviously one of the most important people in the family has this. How did that change your research and what you knew about herbs?
It's mostly mobilized me for action. Okay. The good part was that I was connected with the very good quality doctors and scientists. So I start, of course, I communicate 24/7. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? And I was lucky that I have a great support from them. Okay. Sometimes it's go beyond the formal conversation between the doctor and patient. So we become friendly. We did together some research. We share the information. I give as much. A lot of doctors ask me information, so could they present it on their website? And some of them say, we're learning from the guys like you. Because one thing, you in slow path of researching, one thing you have to save the life. And now it was a situation when I was so extreme mobilized. Okay, so I have to use all the knowledge. I have to use all the connection. I have to produce the results. It's not just reading and searching and guessing. Now it's in my hand, and this was a very important. I think psychologically and practically was very important moment. And then it's continued with few of my other friends. That when people realize that I could help, they start to call me friends and relatives, and make me feel good, that I could deliver something, I could help. And this change, and this how it's all start up that I think I have to establish company and I have to do it, for.
Mm-hmm. So when you work, obviously you work totally compelled to take action, to take massive action. You said 24/7, old friends. When did you start? What was that, let's say, according to your, let's say, herbal remedies, what was that thing, that remedy, that plant, what was that thing that you started to see that was having good results in your wife? What was that thing?
It's a good question. The first one, I start to produce experiment because I was able to find, good source with turmeric. Okay, because turmeric, curcumin, it's very well researched as an anti-cancer. Then I understand that even more important is turmeric friends like galangal, that not very well marketing, but I think it's even more powerful than turmeric.
Can you repeat that? Can you repeat that? What's that? What plant is that?
Galangal. It's the same family. It's a family, turmeric, galangal, and ginger. Okay, but galangal scientifically have more anti-cancer power, anti-inflammatory power than turmeric. It's my opinion. Then I find out about Artemisia annua. Okay, very, very well researched herb that received Nobel Prize, I think, like a few years ago. I don't remember the date. Okay, and I was shocked that Artemisia annua is so powerful. Okay, anti-cancer. So it's go, let's say, this few herbs like Artemisia, galangal, turmeric was my first, and then also vegetables like broccoli. So I use a lot of cold pressed vegetables, and I extract polysaccharides from this vegetable. This is the best secret. Okay, also anti-cancer secrets. It's when you prepare the cruciferous vegetable broth, because sometimes people could not use a lot of juice. So you extract polysaccharides that very strong and powerful, okay, and you do it medicinal way. It's almost like to make a dish, a soup, from the vegetable, but you do it low temperature and you filter it that you don't have fiber. So this will be bioavailability, and till now we'll do it, you couldn't do it commercially because it have to be fresh, but a lot of my friends and people, I give them the secrets how to prepare the high quality of the vegetable broth, and this is amazing results. Amazing.
Do you
Change people life.
do you have the recipe? Do you have the recipe of the broth on your website by any chance?
No, but this is a good question. A lot of people tell me I do it by email. People could email me and I give them.
Awesome.
It's very simple. Everybody that not lazy could cook. You have to just buy slow cooker with automatic temperature, because it have to be below 180 degrees. Okay, extraction for a few hours. Okay, and you have to filter it. That's it. And you could put it in the refrigerator for 10 days and you have a morning drink that's good for microbiome, leaky gut, cancer, you name it. It's the best free remedy that I want to share in a few months. I want to do some kind of video and give it for free.
Please.
Because this amazing results.
Exactly.
Amazing.
All right. So the question I asked you before is, how did you start to see results with your wife? And you said that you started with turmeric, right? And then did you start to add the other herbs that you mentioned? And you started.
Yes.
What else? What else did you do? What else did you do?
Let's say my first, cold pressed juices, vegetable broth, okay, a lot. Also, let's say I bought some black raspberry, okay, fresh black raspberry I produced. So all a few herb, that I use dry also, okay. But how I see it, let me give you an example. Before to operate the pancreas, it's sitting on the artery, and they say we have to do chemotherapy to get from the artery. And it was back and front like a month. During this month, I did intensive therapy, and before decided with the chemotherapy, they did the CT scan, and they were shocked. Okay, the tumor was shrink almost 35%. So that's how we see it's working. Then when you do, let's say, maintenance, you see the CA90-9. It's a marker for pancreatic cancer. Okay, you give the therapy, you see it go down. It's similar like a chemotherapy. It's working. You see let's say it was 150, now it's 110. So the same you could see and gauge, how your therapy is working. And plus, you have this kind of picture of the energy and all other symptoms, so you see that it's helping. It's not cure. I want to be straight. It's not curing, but it's supporting, if you work with professional, let's say doctor, they could balance, the conventional therapy with the herbal therapy, but it's art. It have to be for prevention or for the maintenance after the treatment. It's not a problem. But during the treatment, you have to be very careful, because let's say Artemisia is very powerful herb. So you could multiply the effect of the conventional treatment, and it's very dangerous. So it have to be managed by integrative oncologists, for example. In the case of cancer, we're not talking only about the cancer, but in general, if if you talk about it's not that you could treat the cancer with a herbal remedy, but you could support your body and you could prevent the cancer and you could maintain that the cancer will not come back. So this is all about the cancer. But in general, with the microbiome issue, with the heart disease issue, with the energy, with all this kind of thing, okay, the herb is very powerful, very, very powerful.
Let's now go to, I mean, whenever you go to his website, again, his company, Ion's company is Longevity Secrets, although the domain is longevityreserve.com, longevityreserve.com. You will go there and you will see, a wealth of different products, right? So someone, let's say, that wants to start diligently working to, let's say, slow down the aging, because I mean, by the way, it's a very well designed website with lots of different products. It's very easy to understand, very easy to actually find the different products, etc. Where would someone start? How can we start when we go to your website? What's the best way to start? Okay, I want to start to stop aging. What could we start using? What are those maybe products that you have on your website that you would recommend that we start using? What are the criteria, Ion?
It's a very difficult question. You know what? There is no simple answer to this. It's all depend. Let's say sometimes I compare herbs to the salad. You eat salad every day.
Right.
So my herbal salad is turmeric and galangal.
Okay.
Spices, and it's very difficult to say for how long you have to use. They say I'm using this for all my life. It's like, that's why I say it's my salad. Okay, so there is some kind of basic tonics. Okay, so you're not expecting some result like you have a headache and you take the Tylenol. It's your food. It's spices. You spice up your life. So you're using, let's say, galangal, turmeric, astragalus, my favorite, is adaptogen. Okay, so I will say these 3-4 herbs. You could stop them, for some period. It's not like you're taking medicine, but it's like you could stop the salad, So few days you go without salad, you travel, but it's no scientific base to say for how long you have to use it. It's your common sense, and you could use it once a day. You could use it more often. It's more art than the science, okay? So I will say the basic tonic herb like galangal, turmeric, astragalus, ashwagandha, okay? That's why I produce this as a single herb, because I think they more classic support. You will not use, let's say, Artemisia every day, because this is very powerful herb, and you might use it, let's say, twice a year to clean your cancer cell from your body, like a cleansing, like detox, and that's it, and you stop. So you use it for a couple of weeks, you stop it, maybe next 6 months, you use it again. So this is a different approach. The problem is that ethically, I couldn't advise and I couldn't answer this question because it's more personalized and it have to be answered by doctor. And people will not find this answer on my website because I couldn't make this kind of claims, okay, legally and ethically. And I will have this kind of possibility. I will not do it because you have to see the person. You have to know what the person expects, But in general, yeah, you could divide it into groups like tonics, okay, that support your body, that is no side effect, that work very well, and it's very well known. And it's not, you don't have to find out it from me. It's very well known. The question is that you could have to make this decision based on the visit with the good quality holistic doctors. Okay. And of course, to be knowledgeable a little bit, to know, what Absolutely. It means turmeric and galangal and what kind of benefits you could have.
Wonderful. It's so funny because I'm originally from, and I think, I'm not sure if I told you the first time I spoke with you, Ion, but when, with all this pandemic started 20 months ago, there's a very famous, actually, literally someone who's a countryman, a countryside man, someone who's a farmer in Spain. He became very famous because when nobody knew, what was SARS-CoV-2 or COVID or whatever, the first thing that he started to recommend, because he actually helped population in Africa to heal malaria, is a guy that recommends Artemisia annua in Spain. I'm originally from Spain, so he's very well known in Spain because of Artemisia annua. And actually, he shows the plant all the time. He sends you even seeds to have Artemisia annua.
Love the plant.
Exactly. The plant is awesome, and it's so strong. It's a very, very strong plant at the same time. It's very easy to grow, by the way. For those, I live in Texas, and last year, as you probably know, this year, in February, we had, 0 degrees Fahrenheit here. So I have to tell you that one of the two plants that survived the 0 degrees for a couple of days was actually the Artemisia annua. It's such a strong plant.
Yes, because it has immune system. You know what? There is explanation for this. Artemisia annua is an herb that with a strong immune system. So practically, when you consume the herb, you transfer That's why it's good. It's one of the best antiviral. I use it in my antiviral blend because now it's very important. It pushes down your viral load. Okay, so you could not kill the virus, but you could push down the viral load. So let's say from dozen of antiviral, Artemisia annua is my favorite.
So
very strong.
And I didn't know that. It's so funny because thanks to this pandemic, I started to buy here in the US, because at that time it was very difficult to buy things from Spain. So I started to buy Artemisia annua. I still didn't know Eon, but since then I have Artemisia annua at home all the time. And every time that someone starts, for instance, coughing, or we might feel that has flu-like symptoms, actually we mix it. We put for a few days some drops of the essence, let's say, of the extract, into water. The kids don't like it because it's bitter, but I love it. I mean, I don't care really. It's the goal is to to use it and to feel better, right? But the thing, and then I want to right now open the conversation about quality, because there's no two Artemisia annua extracts which are the same. And the same thing is like, I remember when I was a kid, my mom would prepare these amazing orange juices, right? I don't want you to be sick in the winter, right? And right now, we don't do that anymore. What we do is we go to a grocery store and we look for vitamin C. And if there's one that says 2,000 milligrams instead of 300, we go and buy the 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C. And we don't care about the brand. We don't know anything about the source. We don't know anything about the production process, the manufacturing practices, the bioavailability, the raw materials. We know nothing. It's just 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C, expecting the miracle, right? So, okay. So the big question is, Jan, what makes a supplement a good quality supplement according to your experience?
Number one, it's 4 points. It's a very good question. Number one, it's a high quality ingredient. So you could make something quality if you have the quality ingredient. Unfortunately, most of the supplements company use dry powder that is dead. If you talk about Artemisia or turmeric, is completely dead. When you dry it up, it doesn't have all the enzyme, the volatile oil disappear. So practically you're killing by drying the herb, you're killing. Not all of them. Some of them is very well, have a lot of bioefficacy even when they're dry. But I mean, also there is difference between fresh dry, let's say that you dry just a few months ago, or you sitting in storage and coming from China, and dry for a couple of years. So this is also different. But the most potent quality ingredients, if you could extract them when they're raw, fresh. even most of my ingredients. So I have the biggest collection today, I think, in the United States. I have over 100 most important strategic herb from all over the United States that shipped to me with a certification of raw, fresh, organic. So the problem is that I have to process them overnight. So I could do it once a year only. So when you're harvesting, let's say the Artemisia, let's say I receive it overnight. It becomes, of course, much more expensive. Okay. And I have to process, let's say 25 pounds or 50 pounds of Artemisia. So sometimes I work 24 hours a day because you want to keep it fresh. Second step, so you have a good ingredient. You have to have a good extraction process. Okay, you don't kill, you have to keep integrity of the herb. So what we did, we realized that most people missing is the polysaccharide extraction. Okay, the old in China therapy and all the old-fashioned, it was extracted by water. You couldn't preserve it commercially. That's why this polysaccharide extraction practically disappeared from the market. And polysaccharide is a very, very powerful part of and could be extracted, let's say the crude polysaccharide could be extracted only by water, not by alcohol. So you have to extract part of the raw fresh, I extract with the water, decoction, with a low temperature, sitting long time. The second part, let's say, I extract with alcohol, so I have all the oil, fat-soluble item, and then I have a cold-pressed juice, okay? So I have practically 3 components of living herb, and then I put them together, and I present the whole matrix of the raw fresh in a bottle, in a drop. So it's more sophisticated. So I patent the triple extraction technology, what I call, and then at the end, you decided the delivery mechanism. So it could be, I could dry up it and make it powder, so it will be lose potency. So I love, from absorption point of view, I like liquid. So it's go directly to your bloodstream, and we're also adding additional bioavailability enhancer, herbal combination that increase, it's very well known, let's say, herb that could increase bioavailability. So you have bioefficacy from the quality, and then you make another push, you make it bioavailable, let's say, with black pepper, with peels of the grapefruits, with all very well known that could increase bioavailability. So a combination of all these 4 steps, good quality, good extraction, good delivery system, and bioavailability, produce, let's say, translate in one word, quality.
Let me maybe emphasize of these 4 factors, one which I am very personally very sensitive about, which is bioefficacy or bioavailability. Let me give you an example, right? If you went right now to a grocery store and you took all the different supplements that you find there, I'm not going to give names, right? If you started analyzing how much of the nutrients in those supplements get to the cell, to the human cell, you wouldn't believe it. Most of them don't even get into any cell. It's just toxins that go inside your body and the same way go outside your body. The same way that go inside, they go outside. And we don't know. We don't know this. And that's why bioavailability is so important, which means that our body, our cells really get to work with these active ingredients. That's why it's so important. That's why what you said, it's so relevant. When you go and look at the label, at the ingredients of those, if you go to a supermarket, for instance, or a grocery store, you will not see, he mentioned 2 or 3 substances that actually give a boost to the bioavailability. I dare you go to a grocery store, look at the ingredients, at the labels, you will see more fillers, than substances that help you and your cells to increase the availability. So the bioavailability. So what means in other words, what means is that most of the products that you are buying today and spending your money on, those big, massive hundreds of tablets inside the box or a bottle, right? That you buy in grocery stores, very honestly, you might be wasting your time because they don't do any good to your body. That's why bioavailability is so important. And that's why he made so much impact or emphasis on that. Am I right about what the way I described it, John?
No, you describe it very well. The absorption, let's say, is very scientifically proven. Let's say some people ask me, why not to eat turmeric, raw turmeric? The Indian people, they're eating turmeric. But it's scientifically proven, that you practically, even if it's raw, I'm not talking about dry, even if you eat raw turmeric, you have next to zero availability of curcumin. It's not digested to your blood. That's why a lot of science go to develop nanocurcumin and whatever I say. So when you talk about the bioavailability, the absorption, let's say, of liquid is proven historically. This is more bioavailable, and because you have a delivery, alcohol delivery, so it's open membrane. So you already have all this. Proven in general, historically proven that liquid extract is more absorbed, and if they're very well prepared, then you have all this kind of pushing issue that we call it, let's say, bioenhancer. Okay, and I even want to do a separate in the future, maybe in a couple of months, I will present like a digestive pill. You will have bioenhancer. Whatever supplement you use, it will push. Okay, it will push the bioavailability. You touch the very, very important issue. It's like two part, and it's two separate parts. Bioefficacy, it's a more quality, therapeutic value, and bioavailability is more of the delivery value. Okay, and bioavailability, it's practically, from practical point of view, it's one of the most strategically important, because you could have a great herb, but it's not available to your bloodstream.
Exactly. And again, these are one of the things, you will be in agreement with me. You probably heard at the beginning of the conversation that, I am the president of a foundation. We help underprivileged kids in Latin America. We help them to become entrepreneurs. I wish all the kids in the world had at least one semester in their entire K-12 education about these kind of things, about herbs, about nature, about natural remedies. Don't you think that the entire health of the world would change in an instant, Ian?
You touch the most sensitive issues that bother me.
Okay.
I think what's missing in modern we use, when we go to university, we use all the history, all kind of stuff. We don't know anything about it. It's like, you buy a BMW and you have books like this, how to manage and maintain. It looks like somebody forget to give us a book how to maintain our body. We don't know anything about this. No education, no even preliminary education, like botanics, microbiology, just to know the word, just to understand basically what part of body doing this, what part of body doing that, what about the toxicity, how toxicity could influence your immune system, to have a general understanding. And this is something that bothered me a lot, because I think we have a lot of progress in IT, in different parts of science, but we lost, the common sense science. What about ourselves? What about our health? Do you know anything? And of course, disadvantage is that people already used to this. They have perception that you're healthy before you become sick, and then when you become sick, you have people that could help you. It's modern medicine, so you don't have to learn about prevention, about how to maintain. You have to learn how to maintain your BMW, change the oil, do this, do that. But what about yourself? What about simple basic education? Okay. And that's what bothered me. And that's what make me feel very bad. I think we definitely need one semester, whatever you say. Okay? We definitely need, but you will be surprised when I start. Mostly my client was, let's say 20, 30 years ago, was older people, the people that have life experience. You will be surprised with internet opening, how many young people now thinking about the prevention, talk to me, okay, and it's changing. It's changing with the internet option to read some articles, and etc. It's changing, but very slow. And the problem that is a lot of not professional educational article, and people have some kind of problem with choosing what kind of article to read, so I try to navigate. Don't read this guy, this is the marketing bullshit. Okay, don't listen to this guy. This is something that's respectful, that's simple, straight to the point, and knowledgeable. So my role, I see it, and I do it as much as I could, to navigate people to the good sources. Good, simple sources, not very scientific, but not primitive and misleading, making claims that not supporting by science or experience, okay? So yes, the question is that this is extremely important. I think that knowledge, it's a base for progress.
Exactly. I cannot finish this conversation, this interview with you, without asking what probably everybody wants to know, which is, what are all those bottles that you have behind you? What are those?
This is all ingredient extract. So they're sitting, for extraction. And then I put them together, and to have something, that look like on my website. Let me bring it to you.
Thank you. Thank you. So right now, Jon is trying to bring us some probably some samples, some bottles, so that we can see. Excellent. So, all right.
This is immune viral support, for example. It's a spray. Okay. So it have almost like over a dozen of all these ingredients. So I have to filter them. Okay. And I have to put it, and then whenever you feel that you have a threat, viral threat, let's say go to public.
Yeah. Okay.
It's have a little bit of alcohol. So you protect yourself, you pushing down the viral load. Okay. This is something different, but also immune. So this is immune stimulant. So it's work like two ways. So you stimulate your immune system and you push down the viral load. So this, you give an upper hand to your immune system. So practically we make, let's say, 100 bottles. We sell it on Amazon. We sell it from our website. And we put together again the new combination from the ingredients. It has almost like over a dozen of very well, including your favorite Artemisia onion.
Exactly.
Okay. So, yeah, so this is mostly extracts, single extracts. Okay. But when it's come time, we put them together.
Awesome. For the people that would like to know more, for the people that would like to see all the different products that you offer, as I said before, it's very easy to navigate on the website of Longevity Secrets. As I said before, it's very, very easy at longevityreserve.com. And you go to our products. Again, it's very easy. And you see, you have the description of all those products when you click on the bottle. Very easy. If the people would like to know more, besides going to this website that I said, is there a particular email address or place that you would like to share with the audience, Jon?
Yes, so to some limit, I would like to bring the attention that in a couple months, we will have that vegetable broth free free recipe. And I will do a small video to show how to cook it. And we will launch approximately new 30 products, 31 products that go now through the organic certification. So in a couple months, we will have, in 2-3 months, we will have huge increase of brand new products. And I want to just add one, why I use word reserve. I forget to mention.
Please.
This is a philosophical approach to longevity.
Okay.
So you have to build the reserve. It's not you healthy or not healthy, how much health you have. So this is the answer to longevity. You have to reserve deep amount of health. So you have to have a strong immune system, strong microbiome, strong everything. So this meaning for me, I invent this word longevity reserve. So you reserve your health. You have more than you need now. So you have it a little bit for future.
I love it. I had never heard that before. So I really like it and I really love it. So I wanted to say thank you very much for being with Expansion
My
Network
pleasure.
today.
Thank you for your time.
No, absolutely. It's been a pleasure. We wanted to do it 20, 25 minutes, but it's been impossible. I mean, there's so much that, we know our audience likes and will want to hear about this. I mean, it's really something which is very hot today, right? Because everybody's
caring. To cut.
Exactly. No. We're not going to cut anything. It's just a great conversation. Thank you, Jan, for allowing us to have you here. It's been a pleasure, a big pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. And again, along with this video in the different outlets that we are posting them, you will see the text, you will see the email address, the different the website, the URL of the website, etc. You will be able to have more information about what Longevity Secrets is about and how to reach out to Jan as well. Thank you for being with us today. I'm sure that you have enjoyed the conversation with him as much as we have. Go to his website, look at his products, buy them, try them, and obviously reach out to him because, as you know, he's a wealth of wisdom. No wonder so many generations of Zeidelman have been able to provide service to humanity like he does today. Thank you very much. Hope to see you soon in our next show. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.
You too. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.